This is truly, truly, truly a great day in Richland County. One, because it's not as cold as it was yesterday. But two, because we are celebrating another transportation penny project completion in Richland County. So that deserves a huge round of applause. So welcome and thank you again for being here this morning. My name is Jessica Mackey and I'm chairwoman of Richland County Council. And I do want to take a few moments and just recognize some additional special guests that we have in attendance today. We have my colleague and former chair, Councilman Paul Livingston, and this is his council district. Thank you. We also have Mayor Daniel Rickeman of the City of Columbia. Yes. City Councilwoman Tina Herbert, and this is her City Council district. And then we have a City Council member at large, Tyler Bailey. Thank each of you for coming out today. This project, the Sunset Drive Ribbon Cutting Project, is a shining, shining star of projects here in this area, particularly because it is creating a 5-foot wide sidewalk that is bringing connectivity to our city. And that is an important priority for Richland County Council. We want to increase connectivity throughout all of our communities so that folks can get to businesses, to restaurants, to local schools, and their homes, and do it safely. And so sidewalks being added to our neighborhoods increases that connectivity as well as safety. And I'm always happy when we have the Transportation Penny being able to fully fund those projects. So I want to turn it over now to my colleague, Councilman Livingston.
Good morning. What another great day for North Columbia. Thank you, Chairman Mackey. I'm Paul Livingston. I'm County Council member for District 4. I'm so honored to be here today to celebrate this very important project. And keep in mind, this is your penny at work. Now, this Sunset project and all the community enhancements Chairman Mackey talked about and mentioned is important, very important. Together, we'll play a major role in our overall quality of life, starting with safety and connectivity first, which is very important. We know that safe sidewalks reduce the risk of pedestrian injuries, fatalities. Well-designed sidewalks improve access to people with disabilities as well as children, our seniors, and other people with mobile challenges. They encourage walking and other outdoor activities, which supports sustainability. You know, there are also economic benefits of this particular project, particularly in areas where residents are more likely to walk, and in areas where residents are more likely to need public transit. You know, having safe routes means more than just simply foot traffic. But it means a lot when it comes to economic development, increasing property values, making sure local businesses are more likely to locate. You know, this penny project builds our rebirth of the North Columbia community. It helped us to work along renovating our significant corridors in North Columbia. So on behalf of my colleagues on Richland County Council, we appreciate everyone here for supporting this significant project and many other continued initiatives that will be going on along this particular corridor. You know, let me close by just thanking the surrounding communities, the surrounding neighborhoods. I can tell you they're very aggressive and serious about this particular project. And I want to appreciate their time, their patience as we work toward this particular project, because I cannot tell you the number of meetings I attended. And the first question was, what's happening on Sunset? Now, that question lingered for a long time because this is a very challenging project. I mean, when you're talking about the design we had to do for this project, we went through, I don't know how many times this morning, we had to redesign and figure out how to get the project done because of the topography, because of the, the creek, because of the sidewalks, because of the, trees. There's so many things going on with this particular project that made it a very challenging project. But we eventually got through it. And we're here today where we are because of the effort and support of the great communities in this particular area. When I say great communities, I'm talking about Earlwood, Keenan Terrace, Hyde Park, Broad River Heights, all those communities that's going to significantly benefit from this particular project. So keep in mind now, when we talk about things like social interaction, physical activity, those things play a major role in having good sidewalks. So let me say thank you to the community and everybody who engaged and participated in this particular project. And let me now introduce Councilwoman Teresa Herbert, who is going to share some remarks.
And Mr. Livingston, you just reminded me of my first meeting. I just had a flashback with Hyatt Park. And I remember someone said, "What's the status of the sidewalk on Sunset?" I didn't even know that there was supposed to be a sidewalk on Sunset. That's how new I was to being elected. But here we are today, and I'm glad to be here today. And it helps us with the city as well. Improving pedestrian connectivity and addressing sidewalk gaps was an overall recommendation from the Walk Bike Columbia plan. And this particular sidewalk will connect the existing sidewalk network among Clement Street along North Main Street. Many of you may not know, but Sunset has been a hot spot for crashes over the years. And so adding this sidewalk will provide a safer space for pedestrians to travel. And then I guess psychologically, just seeing the sidewalks, it lets drivers know that they can anticipate that there may be pedestrians and to drive more cautiously. So we're very, very excited to see our Penny at work. We're glad to have the Penny renewed, and I look forward to a lot more projects that continue to contribute to the vibrance of North Columbia. Thank you so much for having me.
This project does provide that connectivity of neighborhoods. We were working on the North Main Street extension just a couple years ago and completed that, had a nice ceremony when that was completed. And this project ties closely into that area of North Main Street. And so it's just under a mile. It's about 3/4 of a mile in length. And the cost of this, all funded by the Penny, was $5.2 million. Now, normally you could put a sidewalk in for less than that, for that distance. But this project was, as Councilman Livingston indicated, full of challenges. And that's why there wasn't a sidewalk here before. So we had to move water main. Now, to move water main, you had to put in shoring and build retaining walls just to get equipment out there to move it to the new location. So when you drive down the road and off to your left, there's a lot of low areas behind the sidewalk. There's retaining walls that you can't see that are there that you might see from the neighborhoods from the north. So that had to be done, and that took quite a while to get that done with water mains and getting them connected to existing water mains, building that up, and then putting in safety for the pedestrians where you'll see the walls extend above the grade of the sidewalk to provide safety from the hills below. So on the schedule, this project started in April of 24, so it's about a year and a half later. The contractor had until this coming January of 2026, so they completed it early. And they employed a lot of workers with that fund that was used. So when you think about the people that do pipe fitting for the water main relocation, and then the roadway, putting in curb and gutter, the concrete contractors, the general contractors and laborers, and then I can't forget about the tree removal. So we had to be very select, working with the neighborhood on what trees stayed and what trees had to come down for safety. And so that was done early in the project when it was first started into clearing. And so we got to know a lot of the neighborhood as we progressed on the project. And I want to thank our staff from the Penny for their close work with the neighborhood on that. Michael Green, our project manager, is here. And Blaine, we have got you out here you are our resident inspector for the Penny. Thank you. We also have a lot of our fellow comrades from the Penny here today too. because they are very excited at these milestones. This is the greatest milestone that we can achieve each and every project. We want to get it to this point of completion. So thank you very much.
So a very special thanks to all of our speakers this morning, and also want to make sure I recognize Councilwoman Tyra Little, Richland County Councilwoman. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you being here. And just to county residents, I want to emphasize, it's been said this morning with several speakers, that your transportation penny is working for you. It is working with sidewalks, it is working with road widening, it is working with dirt road repaving. And so just know, every project we are going to continue to celebrate, and we hope that you will continue to celebrate with us as we move forward with future projects. So if I would ask my colleagues and special guests from the city is please join us as we go to cut the ribbon.